Hello, hello. Craig Patterson, aka Patty. Here doing a new segment we got called Coach Success Stories. And with us today we have Heather, who's at CrossFit Proverb Fitness in Seneca, South Carolina. My boy Bo Bibb's gym. He's been with us for a very long time. Long with the system for a very long time. Say hello, Heather.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
How long have you been doing the MadLab thing with Bo?
So I started coaching with Bo about 2 years ago, and we pretty much started me right on MadLab as soon as I came on as a coach.
Good. So let's just talk a bit about your life and you, and maybe we back this thing up and just talk about how you got into the fitness industry. What did you do before? Just give us your whole story.
Okay. Yeah. So I came from no athletic background whatsoever. I was not active in high school or any kind of rec sport. And I met my husband, who was very active in every sport that you could be active in. And so with him living an active lifestyle, it slowly got me interested in living an active lifestyle. So for my 25th birthday, my birthday present was CrossFit. That was a membership that he bought for me. And so at 25, I started CrossFit, grew passionately about it for many years. Been at the gym here as a member. This is my 9th year. And so actually kind of when COVID hit, I got the opportunity to kind of cut back in my day job, which is a dental assistant. And so with not having as much time in the office, it gave me the ability to explore other things, which was my passion for CrossFit and the coaching aspect of it. So Bo gave me that opportunity. I went and got my level 1 and then got started learning how to grow as a coach in a business through MadLab.
Well, there's two very unique things you just told me. Number one, never having coached before in a system other than MadLab. I mean, that does happen. That happens quite a bit because once people kind of coach this way, they're never going to go back the other way.
Yeah.
It just doesn't really happen. They usually get out of the industry if this doesn't work for them. The other thing is not having an athletic background. That's very interesting. That we've got quite a few people that I can tell didn't have an athletic background in our school gym facility. None of them have come up and put their hand up to really become a coach yet. So you must have some. You must have a real passion for this thing, or you grew a whole lot in a very short period of time and found some athletic ability hidden in there. How did this kind of go down?
I think that maybe there was athletic ability there. I just wasn't really sure that it was there. Like before CrossFit, I would like dwell in a little bit of running, a little bit of just, maybe light weightlifting, but nothing with any like structure or consistency. And it was just like when I found CrossFit, it just fit. So
you guys still call it CrossFit around your facility? CrossFit's still a big word, or is it not so much anymore?
We like teeter back and forth. We went from CrossFit Proverb to Proverb Fitness, and then our title is Proverb Fitness / CrossFit Proverb. So we go back and forth there.
Before we get into your coaching career here and how this has gone down, have you seen the programming change much in 9 years, or is it still the same as it was 9 years ago?
No, it's drastically different than what it was 9 years ago. It's funny now because I take my clients through like our fundamental kickstart program, and that can go anywhere from 10 sessions to 20 sessions or unlimited sessions, just depending on what that client needs as an individual. Where when I started CrossFit, we had what we called on-ramp. And so there might have been anywhere from 5 to 10 of us in a class, and the class met twice a week, and you went through a couple weeks and you're good to go. And there was a scaled version and there was an RX version of workouts every day. And you might have fit one or the other or kind of in between, but that was really our only two options. Where now it's very much more targeted towards what an individual needs, or a bigger scaled version of movements, because as we all know, not every individual should be or needs to be doing certain movements. Maybe they're not quite there yet. We're not training for the CrossFit Games, so there's definitely a need for options.
Would you say you're doing more progressions now than you were taking the same snatch and scaling it?
Drastically, yes. And we have limits now. Like, we're not going to put you in a handstand push up if, you don't have that shoulder stability, where, you're not going to be doing 1 rep max snatches if you've never, been taught a snatch before. There's definitely a lot more steps to get to that spot. And if that is a spot that an athlete wants to be, then that's perfectly fine. It's just going to make sure that we get them there safely and the right steps.
So I usually just I used to try and force interviews into a certain way I wanted to, and we didn't really get to the magic doing it that way. So I'm just going to let this kind of flow anyway
Okay.
once. So
Yeah.
let me just ask you a question. Why did you decide to try your hand at professional coaching? And were you aware that the industry itself usually spits people out pretty quickly from this profession? And why is it that way? So what was your perception coming into this thing?
Yeah, I laugh at that because I had a couple of really hard first clients, and Bo looked at me and he's like, don't quit. Like, not all clients are as, I don't want to say difficult, but I had a wide variety of first clients. Anywhere from, I remember my very first client, very athletic young lady, knew a lot, just needed a little bit of guidance. She was young, she was like 20. And then my next client was a 70-year-old man who couldn't squat at all. So it was like a wide variety there. So I chuckle a little bit because the spitting you out thing made me laugh. But so your question was, why did I go into it?
Yeah.
So I think I went into it because I realized how much of a difference it made in my life, going from someone who knew no athletic background, nothing about fitness or even competitive sports. And I just realized over the years how this community had helped me grow and become the athlete that I am now. And I just wanted people to realize that that could be them as well. You can make that healthy lifestyle. You can do the things that you don't think that you can do. And I still get it all the time. I run a legends class, 50 plus age group is there, and I hear it all the time. Like, I can't do CrossFit. I'm not young. I'm not in shape. I'm not ready. I need to get fit before I do that. And that was one of the things I wanted to just kind of cross out, like, get that mindset out. You don't have to be, super fit to come to us. You don't have to be a certain age to come to us. You don't have to be a certain weight to come to us. It's functional fitness for everyone. And I learned that quickly, and it was something that I wanted others to be able to see as well.
So that is a pretty good understanding that the market has, especially around the brand CrossFit. How are you different? How is your gym different than what people perceive out there, and why?
Our gym is different. We use a system that I fell in love with as a coach. Coming from like the old school background of CrossFit, for like the scaled and RX version, it took me a little bit of convincing to love. But it is a version of any movement scaled down to any degree. So it's called level method. We use it often. And it makes it available for anyone to come in and get an amazing workout in, no matter what their realm is. And us as coaches are able to coach the individual more directly than we would be if they just came in off the street not knowing anything about them. We take them through a Kickstart program, and that is kind of run through the same program. And at the end of their Kickstart, I've worked with them one on one for, like I said, multiple sessions. Most of the time, it's 10 plus sessions that our clients have met one on one with coaches and prepared them for the class settings that they're going to go into. And then once they get into that class setting, they kind of know the range that they're supposed to be working in, like, the movement they're supposed to be working on. So, say handstand push-ups were in a workout. The client that I've met with may or may not be at that point yet. And so they know that their variation to that handstand push-up might be a piked push-up, or it might be just a regular push-up right now, or it might be dumbbell presses with weights. Like, you are going to get that assessment, evaluation, and one-on-one before we put you in a class and let you train from there.
Yeah, I think that's where a lot. I mean, my sister owned 5 physio clinics. She set them up around. I hate to say it, but she did set them up around CrossFit gyms, and they were very busy. And I mean, I suspect it's because people were putting coaches and gyms were putting people straight into a group class without any evaluation and any like real assessment, professional coaching to get them where they could move properly and or have the right progression. And then people got hurt. So that is a big reason why we do what we do. So what is a Kickstarter? I keep on hearing you use this. This is something that Lowe's must have branded. Like, what is this Kickstarter?
Yeah, so we call it our Kickstart program. It is just one-on-one sessions with your coach. You have to go through that before you're allowed into a class setting. And we just basically take you through movements and workouts, and we teach you. So, like, say I have someone who's never done anything athletic before. So me. So back in the day, say I would come in and I would meet one-on-one with my coach, and then we small evaluations. We would check out range of motion. We would check out a squat. Like, can we squat to parallel? Where do our knees go? What are we doing? That kind of thing, and make sure that you know how your body's supposed to be moving, what we expect a squat to look like, what we expect a push-up to look like. And then it also lets me kind of know how my client is going to move through a class once I get them there. But it's basically anywhere from 10 to 15 one-on-one sessions evaluating most of the movements that you'll see in class.
So this is the fundamentals program, right? So you got a consult, you have a 3-day assessment, then you do another 10 to 15 personal training sessions to really work on the person that's in front of you, because everybody's unique. Okay, good.
Yeah. Like it will also kind of, we have, I have had it where we start that and I might be 5 sessions in and the client realizes that, maybe this isn't quite what they thought it was going to be. So instead of, putting them directly in a class, signing them up for CrossFit and they not quite knowing exactly what they're getting, I have had where that kind of weans out the ones that don't really want to be here, or maybe this wasn't quite what they thought they were getting into.
Right. Yeah, we've rebranded all of our own stuff because it's very, very far away from CrossFit. I'm gonna have to have a chat with Bo to see what's going on. I love CrossFit. Yeah. That's the next guy, but it's not really CrossFit anymore. The way
we still, right? We do the movements, but we don't go hard in the tank every day. Like, you're not gonna see us lifting heavy every day and crushing all these metcons and destroying our body and then getting up and doing it all over again. It's very much kind of gotten away from that. Like,
and the coaching itself, right? The biggest thing is that you're here. So what makes, when I asked you the question earlier, it spits people out. Usually it doesn't spit people out because they're not good coaches. It spits them out because they're good coaches and they don't know how to make a living at what they're doing. The way they're paid out there in 90% of the gyms like yours is, you pay them by the class and you pay them by the hour for some personal training.
Yeah.
Not sure if you're aware of that because you never did that model. But what makes you think you can have a good life being a coach in this gym?
In this gym, yeah. So I think coming through the MadLab program and understanding, how to value myself as a professional coach, as well as my client as being their lifetime coach. So I'm not just offering my client one class a week or 5 classes a week and you have me for that 1 hour. Like I'm becoming invested in my clients, in how successful they are in the gym, as well as things outside of life, making sure you wish them a happy birthday or checking in on them if they haven't been here in a couple of days. Just, where you at, how you doing, what's holding you up, or, is there anything I can do for you? So offering things and that nature, and just knowing that the financial investment that the client is making is going to be worth it from what we provide them.
Very good. Yeah, it's my sister is, like I said, part of all these physiotherapy clinics, and explaining to people that you want to be paid for the welfare or the well-being of the client, not by the hour that you're spending with them, it's a radical shift in how the thinking goes. So you're not paid by the hour, by the class, you're paid on the success of that client. They keep on, they pay for a fair value, they never leave, you're their coach for the rest of their lives, and you get paid that way, whether they're in a group class or one-on-one or some kind of a program here and there. So let's talk turkey now. Let's get down to the part that makes people really uncomfortable. How long ago did you start with Derek in the professional coach development program?
Okay, let's see. JA with Derek I started coaching in August, probably September, I believe, of 2022, if I'm not mistaken.
So just this past September, like 5-6 months ago?
No, I'm sorry, 2021.
Okay, so you got almost a year and a half in the bag here.
Yeah.
And how much money are you making?
Oh, so I probably bring in, let's see, and take it, I am part-time at the gym. I am still part-time at my dental office. So part-time at the gym, I'm bringing in right at $2,000 a month from the part-time. Yep. And then I'll run some specialty courses in the summer. So the summer brings in a little bit more income for me because I run the kids class there. And so when I run that kids class, you probably add another $1,200 to that. Okay. For the month for the summer.
Yeah. How many? So on the 2,000, how many hours a week are you working for that?
Let's see. I coach about anywhere from 5 to 7 classes a week, and that is just coaching. And then my PTs, my one-on-ones, I probably have about 2, 3, 4. I would say 6 hours with my PTs roughly.
Yeah, so you're 12 or 13 hours a week, taking home 2,000 in the summertime, and you got more time in your hands, or there's more the kids are out of school. Probably add another 3 or 4 hours a week to that, and you're bringing home 3,200, say. Yeah.
And you also have to think, I'm in a very small city too. So that, that's pretty good for the small town of Seneca.
Yeah, for 12 hours a week. I mean, that's just going to keep on growing with the model.
Yeah.
How many hours a week are you doing dental assisting or hygienics?
Oh, so I work 2 days a week at 8+ hours a day. So I would say average, I'm about 17 hours at the office a week.
Yeah. So, okay, you're looking at 30 hours a week, right? Look at that. Well, 30 hours a week, that's pretty sustainable. How do you like your life? Like, how's the life going here so far? Are you still enjoying life? Your husband's still
yeah.
with you? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like it's a perfect balance right now, of, I've been doing dentistry for 15 years, so it was a change for me to go from full-time to part-time, but I also had a son, so he's 3, and so being
Wow.
able to still keep the dentistry part that I do love and enjoy, and then having my gym days that are a little more flexible for me so that, I can make my schedule on those days, and I might start at 5:30 in the morning, but I'm done by, 1, 2 o'clock. And then I have the rest of the evening with my son, which is very nice because it gives me that flexibility that I didn't have before.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about to make 2,000 or 2,200 a month in the old system, like just coaching classes. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that wouldn't be very enjoyable, would it?
No, no, I would have no time.
So do you want to go into full time and stop the dentistry at some point, or is this sort of the balance you want to stay at? Like, what do you want to do?
No, yeah. No, I have a goal of going of full time at the gym. That would be ideal for us. Um, I think, when COVID hit with the dentistry world, it was very different aspect in things. And so it kind of had me, thinking about what my future was going to look like. And coaching was something I had always wanted to do. I'd just never taken that step. And so when I did take that step and I found the kind of the balance between the dentistry and the coaching, it was good and it was great. But now I find myself wanting to be here at the gym more than I do finding myself wanting to be at the office. So that kind of tells me that, I gotta keep working a little harder and get my clientele up here so that I can make that changeover.
So what's the classic thing that happens in this industry is people really don't know what the end game looks like, and they start into it because
Mm-hmm.
they have a passion for it, because they love it, because they want to make a difference, because they want to kind of get away from the job they're in as well, and they see this as a possibility. And then after a few years, they realize, hey, even if I work as much as I can, I can't make enough money to make ends meet. If I take a vacation, I don't get paid anything. Like all these things that the industry has in the road. Um, Whereas the MadLab model, like, can you explain? Can you see yourself? Can you see a future, a bright one in this model, in this industry, doing what you love to do?
I can see that. I definitely can. I can tell even from when I first started to where I am now in the SA program, just, the tools that y'all have provided me to increase my either current clientele or to gain new clients, or, do a specialty program where, like my legends, that's on honestly one of my favorite classes that I do is my specialty class of my legends. And I can definitely see, that continuing on and there being a future where that I can make this a full-time position and support my family or help support my family, um, and still have time for myself as well, where it's not like I'm here at 5:30 in the morning till 7:30 at night,
Yeah, so that's awesome. That's awesome. So
yeah,
you can see a future. You're two
I
years into this
can.
thing. You're 18 months into the official training program, or 16 months into the official training program. Everything's looking bright. You're weaning off the dental hygiene, bringing up the coach
Hmm.
thing. So this is like, no financial stress really, and you see a future. Everything's
Yeah,
bright.
yeah.
Talk me through how you got there with working with Derek, working in our professional coach program. What did that really give you, or what did you really like about the program itself?
Oh, so there was a lot that I got from the program. I think the main thing that I took from that is the way that I approached clients and talked to clients. It it taught me that you're always going to have clients coming in and they're always going to want you to just give them all this information, and they're probably shopping around, they're probably looking, to get the best deal out of a gym or group setting for classes, and it gave me the tools that I needed to confidently speak on why our gym is different, why we may be a little bit more of a financial investment than the gym down the road, to ask the client questions and get down to really why they are coming to me or the gym over, the gym down the road. Like, always asking why and not just always giving the answer that the client may want to hear. Like they come in and ask how much is it to join the gym? And I just spit out some random number and they're like, whoa, that's way too expensive. I'm gone. MadLab provided me with those tools of how do I carry on that conversation with that client so they don't just hear a number and check out.
Yeah,
So that was one of the major things.
yeah, that's really great. So that's Greg Mack's enrollment and communications course,
Yes.
right? I.e. sales, where it's ethical and it's
Yes.
ethical sales. At the end of the day, you're just trying to do what? When you're sitting across from that person, the training allows
Yes.
you to do what? If I got to ask you, I'm giving you a quiz right now.
I'm sorry, ask that again.
When you do that course, you take the ethical sales
Yeah.
training course, the enrollment communication with our boy Greg Mack, Rainmaker 201, I think their official name is called. What does that allow you to do? What is it? What is the end goal when you're sitting in front
With
of
that client?
Yeah.
Basically, to sell myself to them, to make the business sell,
Yeah.
but let them want. So I guess to make the business sell without really letting them know that you made the business sell. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but how about just the truth, right?
Yeah. That's the
Nothing
truth.
dirty about what you're doing. It's like, here is my service. And do you
Yeah.
want that service? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Right?
And being okay. Yes. And being okay if they say no.
Yeah, be okay if they say
yeah.
no, right? We're just going to
Yeah.
get a yes or a no. We're not going to, go at the door and see you later. It's going to be, hey, this is what we do. This is
Yeah.
why it would work, and this is how your life would change, and it's all very normal, very natural. Have you ever had a client look at you and go, like, you're a dirtbag in that process?
Right, maybe probably not a dirt bag, but I have had them say, no, this just isn't like for me, whether it's financially or whether it's the way that we get to classes. Like I have had clients say, no, I don't need that fundamentals or I don't need that one-on-one training. I just want to come in and I just want to use your gym and I just kind of want to do my own thing. And you have to be okay with telling them, well, I understand that's what you want, but that's not what we offer here. So maybe you're best suited for a gym down the road.
That's great. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah, because that stuff doesn't really work. People think it does, and it works for such a small minority of the people. And a lot of the times they're doing the thing that'll probably killing them.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, okay. So a couple more questions at the end. The model's going along good, and you really like the sales portion that helped you, work with clients and build your own book of business. How about Derek? How's it been working with Derek?
It's been great working with Derek. Yeah, he's been very helpful. Anytime I have a question, he's always there. Very informative. He's definitely helped a lot along the way. Easy to talk to, which is very helpful. You always feel comfortable around Derek. So
good. Having a mentor in your corner that's done it before. How's that?
yeah, it's great. Anytime that I might be explaining a situation to him. He's always good with like coming back with real life situations which maybe he has run into or another client has run into, and just elaborating on that and helping maybe get through a certain situation. I know at one point we were trying to like expand my legends class, and he was really good about offering up details on who maybe I should kind of talk to for that age range, because it is 50 plus. So like he threw me towards massage therapists and physical therapists and even like chiropractors, and just offering up that additional information that maybe I hadn't quite thought about yet, or kind of sparked in my mind like, oh, okay, yeah, that's definitely a way to look at it.
We're starting we're calling it senior strength, but legends actually might be better.
Yeah.
We're doing one as well. So that's part of your program, part of the MadLab program is to start a specialty program, right?
It is, yes.
Great. Yeah, I'm doing that with one of my coaches that have been with us for 16 years, and he's got a passion, and so do I. Watching our parents age. I mean, I'm over 50 now too, so maybe I should be in the thing. Okay, where do you
Yeah.
need to work on? Like, if you're sounds like you're a little more than halfway to your goal, and you still got lots of energy left, still got lots of passion left. It sounds like, and you can see what the finances look like and what your lifestyle would look like at the end goal. What do you need to do to get better?
So I will say, Derek and I just talked about this actually on Tuesday. I am really lacking in the social media aspect of just promoting myself through like clients that have, maybe reached a certain goal this month, or maybe the new clients that have started, or just giving, shout outs to like my Legends class. And just asking for those referrals. That's a major win that I'm trying to overcome. I
Yeah,
don't know
I
why
mean,
that one.
well, that whole confidence thing, and that not being an athlete, and I'm not quite good enough. You're probably gonna. We all struggle with that. I mean,
Yeah,
that's life. I know that's what Greg Mack's course is all about, is to break through those things, and that's just not how people see you, or it's not what the reality is, or you make your own reality. But the
yeah,
system itself, I hate social media, and I never got involved with it too much. It's probably why we struggle more finding new gyms, because that has to be social media. There's no natural
yeah,
referral source. But if you do a great job, it's still about asking your clients. They don't really know. So, like I used to say to them,
yeah,
listen, do you have any friends? Or are you are you someone nobody likes? I'd mess with them a little bit. I always loved that one. And I said, well, why are you
yeah,
telling, what have I done for your life? He said, totally transformed it. I'm a different person. It's fucking awesome. Blah blah blah. So why don't you go
hmm
tell a few people? Go grab a couple of your friends when you want them to have the same transformation. They're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Why not? And
yeah,
next thing you know, they go grab a bunch of their friends, and then you're full, right?
yeah,
It is
yeah.
asking for it. It is finding the way to
It
ask.
is. And that's kind of like my goal for the next month is learning to, I guess, have that confidence to
Yeah,
ask,
yeah,
and the right words to approach my current clients with that. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
definitely a goal of mine.
Well, that's a great goal. You're going to see how easy it is. It's a lot easier than you think it is right now. I
It
can
is.
tell looking at you. There's a huge hesitation
Yeah.
there. How about your first day when someone comes in, you're doing your consult, which is part of that
Yes.
whole sales process. How's that going?
Yeah, that's going really well. Most of our leads come through a phone call first. So most of the time I've already spoken to them on the phone briefly, just introduction, that kind of thing. We don't have like extended conversations there, but just a brief conversation, schedule the appointment to come
Yeah,
in. And then, they come in and I always start with just kind of getting to know them as a person first. And then, if they ask me a few questions about myself, I'll kind of answer as I go. But I really like to get them, talking and opening up to me and being, feeling comfortable in that aspect. And then we kind of start talking about why they're here, what their goals are, do they have certain goals, or is there a certain reason they came here? Is there a problem that we're trying to solve? Most of them will initially come in and be like, I just need to get healthy. My doctor said I got to get healthy, or I've gained a little weight, let's fix that. And so in that conversation we just try to get a little bit deeper down into, well, why do you want to lose weight? Is it a problem physically? Is it a problem mentally? Is it, you can't get down on the floor with your grandchildren, or is it, that kind of thing. So we just kind of really try to explore that aspect of kind of why we're here, or why they're here. And then see if it's something that we can help with. Some of them will come in and be like, I want to lose 50 pounds by Wednesday. And it's like, you can't do that. Like, we're, I cannot do that for you. And so just making sure that, their mindset is kind of our mindset as well. And that we feel like they're going to be, or that I'm going to be able to help
yeah,
them, or
you
the
got to
gym
know
is
how
going
to
to be.
help them. You got to know what
Yeah.
the real end goal of why they're there is. So I
Yeah.
got to
Cause you get the
confess.
wide range. I'm sorry.
Or go, no, you go ahead. You had something there. Go.
Yeah, well, you get the wide range. Like I can get someone coming in who wants to be better at a Spartan race, and then that was her main goal for coming in here. And she actually knew a member who does Spartan races and trains CrossFit as well together. And they had sent her away. And so she pretty much had that main goal of that I want to get stronger for my Spartan races. And then you have the other realm of things where they may not come in quite knowing what they want. They just know that they need to be healthier. And then you can kind of break that down into, well, her problem is she can't get on the floor with her grandchild. And that's what sparked her on to come here.
Yeah.
She tried to get in the floor with her grandchild. She couldn't do it. She knew she needed help. So you have that wide variety of what their end goals are. Obviously, I wouldn't train or, send the lady that can't get on the floor with her grandchild through the same kind of concept that I would have for a lady who's doing Spartan races.
Yep. I tell you, this didn't make more sense to me than recently. I'm suffering from a chronic neck injury that I got from a hockey injury as a teenager, and then playing college hockey and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And it's gotten kind of to the point where I can't really work at this computer the way I have been for all these years. And the thing that bothers it now, people ask me, I got hooked up with Sidney Crosby. I don't know. You know who Sidney Crosby is? This is a great question for Southern Carolina.
No, I don't.
No idea
No,
who Sidney Crosby is. Yeah, Gary Bettman. You got to do some more work in South Carolina. Isn't it? He's the best NHL hockey player, one of the best in the world of all time. Anyway,
okay.
he had concussion injuries, and it turned out to be a neck injury. And I'm going in to see. I got hooked up with his guy to fix my neck, and if he says, "What do you really want to do?" Well, I want to be able to swim, and I want to be able to surf, and I want to be able to golf. But more than anything, I want to be able to play catch with my son now. Every time I toss the ball with him, like last night, like he's got tryouts, he's got to learn to catch. He's 7, right? So my neck just blows up every time I got to throw a baseball. Like that stuff means a hell of a lot more than the Spartan race to me, kind of thing. Right now, I got to throw with my son. So that whole idea of getting down to why or what you want, why you want it, right? So I got to confess, I did a little research on you. This is before I was even going to interview or anything. I'm just kind of curious. Bo's one of my best friends actually in this whole network, and we hang out socially and go to Miami together, and we're hoping to go to California together again this year. So I just want to check in on our program and how it's doing and how you were doing, as I knew he had someone in there, and. He told me, he said, well, she's still nervous to do, this was before Christmas. She's still nervous to do her first day, and I'm doing the first days. Are you now doing the consult first day? Have they passed this on?
So he has given me first calls to take those initial ones. And he's right. I was super nervous. I don't know why, but that drawing them in here, I don't know, but I'm getting better. I am getting better. I've taken a few calls and started that process. But I do need to be better.
Once you get that, you can't hide from that one. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right? You get that one figured out, then the referrals, and then your whole confidence about you dramatically changes from, and this is going to sound like the wrong way, but I would say it to a guy or a girl or anything. It changes you from being a child to an all grown up woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's a hiding there that you got to get over, which evolves the true professional, right? And I tell you that most of the world is trying to keep you from figuring that out, right? We want to teach you how to do that, then you're no longer enslaved. Our industry intentionally keeps people from training them from doing that because it's such a fear. It's a bigger fear than sharks and man, is that public speaking or trying to sell something or whatever you want to call it. It's a huge fear. And most of the industry, the people that know how to do that, they keep the other people enslaved and just bring in people and say, oh, you just train them now, right? Well, you'll be a clerk forever with that. So you're very close. I can feel it. I can see it in you. I can feel your vibe. You're charming. This won't be a problem. It's not going to be a problem. Just let it flow. Let it be normal. You're very lovable. You're very lovable. I can see it, right?
I think a lot of that, like you said, the public speaking, like that wasn't something that I was ever comfortable with. Even coming through and coaching classes with people that I had been working out with for, 7, 8 years, it was still very hard for me to have that confidence even in that setting. So now I would say I'm very comfortable in the actual, coaching aspect in classes. But yeah, you're that getting over that first initial consult. I'm right there. I just need to go a little bit more, tip over,
So
just take the dive.
you've got a business, obviously at $4,000 or $5,000 in gross revenue, and you've
Yeah.
done it without doing the first day sale. So that, I mean, the actual meat of the job, you know how to do perfectly, or you know how to do
Yeah.
very competently, or that wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
So for me, I was trained in sales, like, and with my engineering degrees and my engineering business, sorry. I had 8 months of sales training before they even let me go on a call. So when I finally, and another company I had was 13 weeks straight of sales training before you could actually talk to someone. So, and I mean, that's every
Okay.
day, 8 days, 5 days a week, like 8 hours a day of learning
Was
how to present the product, right, or the service.
Yeah.
So when I finally got to fitness, like I was selling 10 personal training sessions before I could even do a pull up myself.
Yeah. It's
I,
crazy.
yeah, I did it the other way. You know what I mean? Like sell
Yeah.
it first, I'll deliver it later. Where you're kind of like, you know how to deliver the product, right?
Yeah.
So
I
now
just
you're,
need to sell it.
yeah, and all it is like letting people know that you know what you're doing, and then you're gonna.
Yeah.
They're there for something. What are you here for? I'm here to get off off the ground, so I can work with my grandson. Okay, come on in. I'll show you how to do that shit. Let's go. Right? Or I
Yeah.
want to get better for the Spartan race. Okay, how better do you want to get? What time you want to get? Yep. Okay, let's go. Right? And you know how to deliver this product, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What are you scared of?
I don't know.
Yeah, get off of it. Stop it.
Quit being scared, right? Yeah.
Quit being a pussy. Quit being a pussy.
Okay.
You know how to do this. Come on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. You go.
Could you sell dental hygienist service if they show up? I want to have my team clean. No, I
Where's
show
my
up. I show up at your desk. Show up at the front office and say, "I'm new in town. I want to get my teeth cleaned. Can you do it?" What would you say?
I could, yes, definitely. I would be
Right?
like, yep, come on back. We've got you taken care of. We'll make sure you're
let's take
nice.
a look at your squad on the way in there.
Yeah. Definitely. That's exactly how.
Yeah, so that's that just all that is you got to crack the nut here and realize it's not as hard as you think it is. It never is.
Yeah.
Like we have
Okay.
I've usually only work with gym owners now, so it's really good to go back in and looking at our whole programs again and all this stuff.
Mhm.
But the big fear I hear from a lot of gym owners is I could never sell 10 personal training sessions for $850 or $800 or $1,000, whatever it is, 1,700 depending on small town or whatever. And then they go out and they ask for it the first time and they get it and they go, holy mackerel, that's how easy it was. Like they sat around for years terrified of doing that. So
yeah.
you're not alone. It's a very natural thing.
And it does, like, Bo does an excellent job in that first initial call and getting them in. And it does surprise me often because I always try to reiterate, like, this is what we're signing up for. This is what, we could be this, and discussing money with them. It does surprise me that, pretty much once they've gotten in, they're ready to make that investment and they're good to go. So, I mean, yeah, you might have the ones every now and again that are like, hell no. But most of them that have gotten there.
You'll know, like, most of the ones you can tell you don't want, and it's just, you don't have to argue with them to bring them in because you don't want them anyway, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can tell Bo I said this, but Bo's pretty sure that he's the coolest guy in the room at all times. So he's got no problem selling that shit, right?
Very much so. Very much so.
You're walking around like, dude, you're making any coolers with me. Come on, baby, right?
Yeah, 100%. Maybe
he's a beauty.
Maybe I should take a few pointers from him, huh?
Oh yeah, you don't have to teach me nothing, but I took a few things from him. I stole a few things from his comedy routine. Y'all talk funny. Right?
We do. Yeah, we can't deny that for sure.
Yeah. No, he's a beauty. He's got a big, beautiful heart. You're in a great place. You're charming. You're lovely. You've studied this thing. You know this thing. This is happening right now, whether you want to try and stop it or not. I mean, you can only get in your own road now. So you can help. All right, this is great. Any last words about the program itself? If the marketing people have also asked me to give me a 60-second, 90-second infomercial. MadLab's professional coach development program. What do you have to say about it? Go.
I do it. Just take the leap, invest your time, pay attention, take what they say to heart, and just apply it to your everyday. You cannot go wrong with it.
What do you get if
Yeah.
you do all that?
Success. You
What
get success. You get to be happy at your job. I always joke, this is my happy job. This is my fun job, but it still is a job. And you still have to think about, paying your bills and the money that you're making while you're here. And MadLab just gives you all the tools that you need to do where you're not stressing about all of the small things. And how, like I said, I don't have to be here at 5:30 in the morning and then come back at 6:30 at night. You've provided me the tools so that I have a schedule that I can make and I can fill, and the clients will come.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Heather, thanks very much.
Yes, thank
Get
you.
up to speed. Now I figure we should go to the bar and have a drink after all this.
I know. Tell Bo to fly you down here. We'll all have a day.
Yeah, I'm hoping Bo's gonna work for us on the owner development side. We've been threatening to do that for a while. So I've been threatening to come to Southern California I was supposed to go right before the pandemic, and then that
Yeah.
one of my coaches had a kid prematurely, and then I had to deal, so we couldn't do it at the time. But anyway, South Carolina is on my radar. We will see you soon. Hey, thanks a lot for doing this, honey. Talk soon.
Thank you.